Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Wealth and Wisdom. Today, we discuss Bitcoin and its intrinsic value. There's much debate about what gives Bitcoin its worth, so we're breaking it down with examples and explanations. Let's jump right in. First up, let's talk about scarcity. Imagine if there were only 21 million gold bars in the entire world. Well, Bitcoin's supply is capped at exactly that, 21 million coins. This limited supply is hard-coded into its very existence. Now, think about this in terms of traditional currencies like the US dollar. Governments can print more money, which can lead to inflation, decreasing the value of your savings. Bitcoin, with its scarcity, acts as a hedge against this potential devaluation. It is more rare than fiat currency, therefore it valued more than the fiat currency. It is the same reason why traditionally gold held its value. Gold is relatively rare in nature, and extracting and refining it requires significant effort and resources. This scarcity contributes to its perceived value. Unlike paper currencies, which can be printed in unlimited quantities, the supply of gold is finite. In this same way, Bitcoin behaves like digital gold. It is a hard asset that is difficult to produce and has a scarce amount available in the world. Now, let's discuss security and trustlessness. Bitcoin's blockchain technology provides an unprecedented level of security. Once a transaction is added to the blockchain, it's nearly impossible to alter. This makes Bitcoin resistant to fraud and tampering. Plus, Bitcoin operates in a trustless system. In traditional banking, you have to trust a bank to manage your funds. With Bitcoin, trust is distributed across a decentralized network, reducing the risk of third-party failures or mismanagement. Unlike financial assets like stocks or bonds, owning physical gold does not involve counterparty risk. You don't rely on a company or government to honor a contract or obligation. The value of gold is not dependent on the promises or solvency of a third party. In this same way, Bitcoin has no counterparty risk. By owning the base layer asset, you can assure that there can be no rehypothecation. This is the practice whereby banks and brokers use, for their own purposes, assets that have been posted as collateral by their clients. Meaning they lend out the same asset again and again and continue to re-leverage it, creating boosts and busts in the traditional markets. This is considered haram from all vantage points. As long as you own the private keys to your Bitcoin, it remains your Bitcoin and cannot be rehypothecated by any third party. Next, we will discuss another one of its qualities, that is its borderless and global nature. Picture this: with just an internet connection, you can send or receive Bitcoin to or from anyone, anywhere in the world. This makes it a game changer for people in regions with limited access to banking services. Think about the impact this could have on international remittances. Families can receive funds without the need for costly intermediaries. This is a quality that makes it even better than gold. Gold can give you stability as a store of wealth, but it could not be transported easily. It can be confiscated and stolen. In the modern age, Bitcoin possesses all the qualities of gold and includes the added value to transport it over time and space. In our opinion, this quality in itself makes Bitcoin a very unique asset class and gives it an intrinsic value worth much more than gold. You could literally save your economic energy in Bitcoin. Remember your 12 words private key and walk across any border with all of your economic energy in your brain. No customs, no paperwork, no thieves, no issues. Now, let's explore the idea of Bitcoin as a store of value. Consider gold, which has been used for centuries to preserve wealth. Bitcoin is often likened to digital gold because, like gold, its supply is limited and it's seen as a way to protect against inflation. Investors are increasingly turning to Bitcoin as a long-term asset, believing it will hold its value over time. The reason we believe it will hold its value is because it takes real energy to produce Bitcoin. As time progresses, the hash rate power required to mine Bitcoin continues to go up, and the subsequent block reward for mining Bitcoin every 4 years is halved. Which means simply the supply of it continues to diminish, whereas the number of people coming to understand Bitcoin and realize the utility of Bitcoin continues to increase. Supply goes down over time, but demand for the asset continues to up, hence it is a perfect hedge against the fiat system, which has money printing built into its system. Next up, divisibility. Bitcoin is highly divisible, with one Bitcoin being made up of 100 million units called satoshis. This allows for microtransactions. Think of it like being able to spend a fraction of a cent. This feature opens up a world of possibilities for small-scale, everyday transactions that might not be feasible with traditional currencies. This is another area where we believe Bitcoin to be better than gold. Gold, though, is a great store of value, it is not easily divisible. This adds to the intrinsic value of Bitcoin and makes it a superior asset than physical gold. Lastly, let's touch on network effects. The more people use Bitcoin, the more secure and valuable it becomes. It's like a social network, the more users, the more valuable the platform. As more individuals, businesses, and institutions adopt Bitcoin, its utility and security increase, reinforcing its position in the financial world. So, there you have it, the intrinsic value of Bitcoin. Of all the explanations we have given for the intrinsic value of Bitcoin, at the end the main value proposition for us is the fact that Bitcoin is anti-interest, it is anti-usury. 1 Bitcoin will always equal 1 Bitcoin. It cannot be debased, it cannot be rehypothecated by bad actors. At the protocol level it is against these haram practices, we see it as the real halal money. Remember, while Bitcoin's value may not be as tangible as gold, its unique characteristics give it a special place in the world of finance. None of this was financial advice. Smile. Be sure to do your own research and consult with financial experts before making any investment decisions. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth insights. Assalamu alaikum.